Have you ever wondered why doctors always advise you to avoid salty foods? Well, there's a good reason behind their recommendation. Did you know that a diet high in salt can silently increase your risk of developing deadly conditions like heart attacks and strokes? Heart disease is among the leading causes of death worldwide, claiming millions of lives each year. And while genetics and lifestyle play a significant role, did you know that salt can also be a major contributor? You see, our bodies need a certain amount of salt to function properly, but consuming too much of it can throw off the delicate balance we need to stay healthy. As you listen to this, imagine that you're sitting in a cozy cafe, sipping a warm beverage as you learn about the surprising link between salt and heart disease. Let's explore the science behind this topic together. One of the ways that salt affects our bodies is by increasing our blood pressure. High blood pressure occurs when the force of blood pushing against the artery walls is too strong, making it harder for the heart to pump blood around the body. Over time, this added strain on the heart can lead to serious health issues, such as heart attacks and strokes. Interestingly, a study published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that reducing salt intake can help lower blood pressure. However, many people realize how much salt they already consuming and end up taking in more than they should. You see, most of the salt we eat doesn't come from the salt shaker on our tables, but rather from processed and canned foods. These foods often contain hidden sources of salt, which can make it difficult to keep track of our total salt intake. On average, adults should consume no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. However, studies show that the typical American diet consists of over 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day, which is almost double the recommended amount. That's why it's important to read food labels carefully and choose fresh, unprocessed foods whenever possible. By being mindful of our salt intake, we can reduce our risk of developing high blood pressure and other health problems associated with a salty diet. Another way that salt can affect our bodies is by depleting essential nutrients. When we consume too much salt, it can interfere with the absorption of other nutrients such as potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These nutrients play vital roles in maintaining healthy bones and preventing osteoporosis. Potassium, for example, helps regulate fluid balance in the body, which can affect bone health. Calcium, on the other hand, is a crucial component of bone tissue and is essential for preventing fractures. Magnesium also plays an important role in bone health by helping the body absorb calcium. Interestingly, a study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that a high-salt diet can reduce potassium levels, which can lead to increased blood pressure and other health problems. By reducing our salt intake, we can ensure that our bodies have enough of these essential nutrients to maintain strong, healthy bones. So if you're concerned about your bone health, consider cutting back on salty foods and getting your nutrients from fresh, whole foods. But wait, there's more to the story. Salt can also wreak havoc on your cardiovascular system, increasing your risk of heart disease and stroke. Too much salt can lead to fluid retention, which can make it harder for your heart to pump blood throughout your body. This can over time lead to a condition known as congestive heart failure, where the heart is unable to pump blood effectively, causing fluid to build up in the lungs and other tissues. Additionally, high salt intake can cause the body to store more fat, which can increase the risk of developing heart disease. A meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal found that reducing salt intake can lower the risk of stroke and cardiovascular disease. The study analyzed data from over 6,000 participants and concluded that cutting salt intake by 3 grams per day could reduce the risk of cardiovascular events by 10%. That's why it's important to monitor your salt intake and avoid adding extra salt to your food. Instead, try using fresh herbs and spices to add flavor to your meals. By making these simple changes, you can reduce your risk of developing cardiovascular disease and enjoy better overall health. You might be surprised to learn that salt can also affect your sleep quality. When you consume too much salt, your body retains more water, which can make it difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. This is because excess fluid can put pressure on your airways, making it harder to breathe and increasing the likelihood of nighttime awakenings. Additionally, salt can interfere with the body's production of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that a high-salt diet can disrupt the body's circadian rhythm, leading to insomnia and other sleep disturbances. To improve sleep quality, it's essential to monitor your salt intake and avoid consuming large amounts of salt before bedtime. If you're looking for a good night's rest, try drinking a cup of herbal tea or reading a book instead of watching TV before going to bed. By establishing a relaxing bedtime routine, you can signal to your body that it's time to sleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Now, let's take a look at how salt affects your brain function and behavior. You might be surprised to learn that too much salt can impair your cognitive abilities and even increase the risk of depression. One way that salt affects the brain is by disrupting the balance of electrolytes. which are minerals that carry an electric charge and help regulate brain activity. When you consume too much salt, your body retains more water, which dilutes the concentration of electrolytes in your blood. This can lead to a condition called hyponatremia, where the brain becomes swollen, because it tries to compensate for the loss of sodium in the blood. Research published in the Journal of Neurology, Neurosurgery and Psychiatry showed that hyponatremia can cause confusion, memory loss, and even seizures. Additionally, a high-salt diet has been linked to an increased risk of depression. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who consumed more salt had higher levels of depression symptoms. While more research is needed to understand the link between salt and depression, it's essential to monitor your salt intake and manage any underlying mental health conditions. And finally, let's discuss the impact of salt on your skin health. You might be wondering how something as simple as sodium chloride can affect your complexion. Well, the answer lies in the body's fluid balance. When you consume too much salt, your body retains more water, which can cause your skin to appear puffy and swollen. This is because excess fluid can build up in the tissues, causing them to look tight and taut. Additionally, a high-salt diet can dehydrate your skin by depleting essential nutrients and moisture. A study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology showed that a high-salt diet can impair the skin barrier function, leading to dryness and irritation. Moreover, high salt intake has been linked to an increased risk of acne. A meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Dermatology found that a high-salt diet can stimulate oil production, which can clog pores and lead to acne breakouts. To maintain healthy skin, it's important to monitor your salt intake and keep it within recommended limits. Drinking plenty of water and eating a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables can help maintain proper hydration and provide your skin with the nutrients it needs to thrive. Overall, it's important to be aware of how much salt you're consuming and make adjustments as needed. By understanding the potential effects of salt on your health, you can make informed choices about your diet and lifestyle and prioritize your overall well-being. Remember, small changes can make a big difference. So start monitoring your salt intake today and enjoy the benefits of a healthier, happier you. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative and insightful, please don't hesitate to share it with your friends and family. Your support and engagement mean everything to us. Keep an eye out for more informative content coming your way. Until then, stay curious and take care.